Big fight happened at Dodger Stadium. It was Tuesday night, just outside after the game against the Twins. The video online, guy gets knocked out. Security guards run in there, break it up. Unconscious guy goes onto a stretcher, handcuffs somebody else. Latest incident of violence at the stadium. Also lawsuit against the team, the security for using excessive force in some cases. Joining us live is stadium security expert Dan Donovan.
Hi, Dan. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicki. How are you?
Good, thank you. I feel like this kind of stuff doesn't even really surprise people anymore. Like so many things, fights at sports stadiums seem to have just gotten worse over the past few years. Rules don't apply, so what do you do?
You know, it's a very challenging topic. We're seeing it everywhere. It's not just at Dodger Stadium. I mean, just this week, we had two families getting in a fisticuffs altercation at Disney World over who got to take their picture in front of the 100-year anniversary sign. So we're seeing it everywhere. You know, and staffing is a continual challenge, and getting people that want to work these second and third shifts to make sure that we've got appropriate security at all of our events is another challenge. So it's not an easy solve.
What's the level of appropriate security? I mean, you can have guards posted everywhere, but can you even get that high in the staff that you need? And then right now, I mean, everywhere's got COVID shortages, so is that part of the issue too? You got to bring more people on, but I mean, how many can you really have at every door?
It's a great point, and the desire to come back to work and work these second and third shifts has really been the challenge. Now, how many, like there's industry standards for, you have 10,000 people, 20,000 people, there's a ratio of fans to security staff. And then individual stadiums will look at that and say, look, I've got hot spots. I've got challenging areas within my venue. And so I'm going to staff up in those areas to try to get people just to respect each other. And that's the other part of the challenge is we've got, you know, entitled fans that, I don't know if it's pent up demand or what it is, but you throw alcohol into this mix and we get these altercations that we're seeing.
It's always been that way, though. You know, it's just, you know, it feels like society is a little bit different. And even if you put the security inside the stadium and in the parking lot, you know, that far corner over there could still be a fight. And if you increase security, that's going to cost more. And does that ultimately then come out of the consumer's pocket? The very people who are going to the game, are they going to pay more for this additional security?
Ultimately, yes. And trying to find that balance of how much I'm going to spend for the security staff and making sure that I get the right balance of that guest service as part of that guest experience. There's a fine line in there. And think about the fact that these stadium operators and teams, they went for 18 to 24 months with zero revenue outside of, you know, some of their broadcast revenue, but they didn't have fans. And so they're playing catch up still from the financial side. So it's an economic equation that needs to get, you know, figured out, but we also need fans. You know, people just have to be more respectful of each other.
Dan Donovan, stadium security expert. Dan, thanks for talking to us.